Hi guys, welcome back to MSc. I hope you all are well and you have enjoyed what may have possibly been your first week back to school or to sixth form or college. So obviously it's Friday, we're going to have some fun, we've got games going on tonight, but we've also got some new things we're going to be trying out. So we have some back to school videos to show you as well, but we also have some quotes that we're going to be putting up. I'll let you know exactly what that means when the time comes, but essentially what we're going to be getting you guys to do is just almost fill in the blanks a little bit and see how your week's been. So hello to everyone who is in the comments at the moment. Hi Starla, I hope the day was good for you today. So just to get in the comments, tell me how you've been, anything exciting that's happened this week, or anything, just literally anything that's coming up, maybe next week that you've heard about. I would love to know how you guys are, and perhaps what are your plans for the weekend. Are you going to relax after going back to school, or are you getting ready to go back to school next week? Because obviously it's different for everyone, so I just want you guys to let me know. Emily, you've said, love college but have so many business assignments. Right, so yeah, it can feel that way, can't it? I think after having such a long summer, you almost go back forgetting what it's like to have work given to you and actually be expected to get it done by a deadline. And you say you've got many business assignments, so I guess that's a good thing. They may even just be easing you in. So surely they wouldn't give you too many. You said, I'm volunteering all day tomorrow, so I feel I'll have to have a study session tonight. Yeah, I mean, it's always great to get work done on a Friday night, because then you feel like you've done what you need to do, or maybe at least made a start on what you need to do, and then you have less of that guilt hanging over you on like Saturday when you decide not to do anything, or in your case do volunteering, which is great. Let me know what you're doing actually for volunteering, because it's always a fab thing to put on your CV, and a really good thing to think about actually is volunteering, and then using that for something like your personal statement for UCAS, which is probably something you'll be thinking about over the next year or so, I think. Eric, you said, I'm going to college on Monday, so good luck with that. I hope you enjoy college, and yeah, let me know what you're doing to prepare for it then this weekend if you've bought all your stationery. Maisie Crook, I am tired this week was stress. So let me know what year you went into this year, whether you're going back into secondary school or if you're now a college student. Because I know the first week going back to school, there's like so many things that you have to do, like just to sort yourself out. Like you get a new homework diary, you need to write all the dates in, you get given all this homework on stuff that you've never learnt yet, and yeah, it can be pretty stressful, especially if you go to a new place. Zareth has asked me how I am. I'm doing great, thank you. How are you? Emily, I'm volunteering at the Channel Islands Pride tomorrow, and I think it would be a nice break from the books as I've been studying hard, trying to get my head around new subjects. Yeah, it's great, like just doing extra stuff, especially volunteering to help people out, because there's honestly nothing better that you could be doing with your time. A nice break from the books. It's pretty full on the first week of any year, especially if you go into a new college. It's good to just keep trying and have that motivation throughout, but obviously it might just die out after the first few weeks, so I know it did for me. But try and hold on to it as long as you can. Maisie Crook said, just started year 11, teachers are stressing me already. Okay, yeah, I completely get that now. So going into year 11, teachers really like to hammer it into your head that it's going to be a big year. I know you go back thinking, right, okay, so I've done half of my GCSE course now, year 10, probably more than half. This year's going to be fine. I just have exams at the end, but I'll worry about it when it comes to that. But the teachers do not let you forget about it, especially in the first week. They make sure that you know you have exams at the end of this year. And it kind of doesn't help the fact that they're like so pressurising about that, because I found that with starting sixth form. They would always say, you know, this is going to be difficult, you know, be prepared, in the goodwill that they are helping you and preparing you. But actually, sometimes it can just stress you out even more, because you know you have exams. But then the fact that the teachers are making such a big deal out of it then makes you make a big deal out of it, and then can stress you out. Alicia, what time is the game starting? Yes, that's a good point. I didn't even say that. So games will be at 8:15. The live is until 8:30 tonight. So yeah, games will be at 8:15. Stick with us, because between then we're going to have videos to show you, and we're also going to be doing end of week quotes, which is something we haven't done yet, which is very exciting. We'll be doing that in a little bit, about 10 minutes time. Maisie said they were talking about May already. Yeah, literally, they do not let you forget. And then you go home feeling like, right, this is just my life now. Like, you just feel like this is my life. They're not going to let me forget about it. Zara, have you done your A-levels? Yes, I finished my A-levels, finally. And I'm preparing now to leave in a few weeks for uni. So if you have any questions about any point of school up until past A-levels, just pop it in the comments and I'll try and answer it to the best of my ability, because I've been through it. Olivia, you said, I just started year 11 and the teachers don't stop talking about all the stress and pressure we're under, even though we did a GCSE last year as well, and I'm stressing so much. So pretty much the same boat that Maisie is in. They just, I don't know, it's almost like they don't pressurise you too much, but then I always used to find that I would take what they were saying and then put the pressure on myself, and then I would pressurise myself because of that. Fguan says, first week for me is quite good. I have 19 hours of free over 2 weeks. 19 hours. Well, the question is then what you're going to do with those 19 hours of free. Best thing to do, obviously, is to go over what you've been doing in class, find ways to maybe get ahead of what you're going to be doing in class if you've done everything you need to do. It's always good if you have a textbook just to read ahead. You don't even need to make notes, but just to get familiar with the words. I found that in physics, literally by just reading the next page in the lesson, it would be, I don't know, it was so much easier, and it wasn't that much effort just reading a page ahead. That's one of my bits of advice for sixth form. Olivia, you've asked, when in year 11 should we start revision, now or later on in the year? So at the point you're at now, what I would do is sort out your folders, make sure you've got a good system going, you haven't lost anything from year 10. If you feel like you're missing stuff, ask the teacher, or maybe your friends have sheets that you can photocopy. Once you've just sorted yourself out, and this can take a couple of weeks, you don't need to start revising now. When it gets to half term, have a look back at what you've done in the first half term, not even proper revision, just make sure you have it all laid out, it's in your folders, maybe just read over them. If you want to, make some flashcards if you have time, but the thing about half term is you need to relax, because once half term is over, they're going to start talking about mocks, if you have those, which I'm sure you will, sort of at January time after Christmas. They're going to start talking about that. You're going to want to prepare yourself for revision that you might want to be doing at Christmas. And it's going to end up being pretty non-stop from Christmas through to May or June when you finish. So use half term as a great way to rest. And if you feel like revising and you have the motivation, then do it. I wouldn't advise against it if you want to. But I wouldn't say that you need to pressure yourself into revising right now. Enjoy the fact that you're just getting into things. Olivia said, yeah, I do that and just put the pressure on myself. So even if people say, look, it's going to be tough, but don't stress yourself out, of course you're going to stress yourself out. Like someone can't just say don't feel stressed and then you won't be stressed. We put pressure on ourselves to do good, and I think that's a good thing sometimes, but if it gets too much, then that's when you need to speak to someone. I think just anyone, a friend, because everyone's in the same boat. So Paige, you said, hiya, I started college and I kind of don't like it. I like the course, but I haven't really met anyone apart from one girl. Okay, so you like the course, and that's a really good thing to start off with, because obviously you're going to be doing that for college, and it's good that that's not the issue, because if you didn't like the course, that wouldn't be something that is that easy to change your mindset on. However, not liking college and having not really met anyone, you can change that so easily. Like, just, it's like, have random conversations with people. They don't even need to be that deep. It doesn't need to be deep conversation. Just at least, like, get yourself out there, ask people, like, if I'm guessing that you're new to the college, so just ask people what they're doing, like, what course they might be doing, ask them if they're having a good day. Like, if someone's sat down, you just need to say hi. Like, you don't even need to ask an in-depth question. And you've met someone already, so that's a start. And maybe you two could just, I don't know, try and socialise with other people, get involved in anything that you can. If your college are putting on any events, definitely go to those. And if they have any clubs or, like, places that you can go, do that as well. King21, just started year 10. It's amazing, but I hate English. If anyone has any tips, it would be appreciated, as I just want to give up. So starting GCSEs, not always easy, but it's amazing, as you said. So that's great. I'm glad you're feeling positive. English, it can be difficult, especially English Lit. However, with English, let me think, what's my best bit of advice for English? So for English Lit, read the book. Don't just watch the film or flick through the pages. Like, read it in depth. When you're in class, anything the teacher says, like, write it down. Even if the teacher doesn't tell you to write it down, maybe they, like, say a passing comment about the book and you think, actually, I could use that. Just write it down. Make sure you annotate your books and get highlighters if you haven't already, and use those as well. Anything that's going to draw you back to the page and want to, like, revise it in a sense, do that. And also, if you want to, if there's certain topics for that book, make different mind maps, like spider diagrams, with any knowledge or any quotes that you have, and just chuck them all on a page so you can see them. It's, like, quite a good visual thing if you're a visual learner. What time is it? Yeah, so in a couple minutes we will finish up the comments and we will show you a video, but first I'll just finish off with these comments. So Olivia has some advice for you. For English language, just do as many practice papers as you can. I literally did just so many and I managed to get a 9. So firstly, well done Olivia for getting a 9. And secondly, that's a really good bit of advice. Past papers will be your best friend, although I would suggest that in year 10 you learn the content, maybe have a look at what a past paper looks like, but I would save them as much as you can for year 11, because you're going to want to do practice papers closer to the exams. And if you've already done all of them and exhausted those, then it might be difficult to find other past papers for when you actually really need them in year 11. Let's have a look. The review artist is doing biology, chemistry and business A-levels, so they sound pretty full on, but also you said you had a good induction day on Thursday, but you're starting on Monday. Okay, so you've kind of been entered into the whole A-levels, sixth form, all of that kind of stuff, getting used to the place, and then you start properly on Monday. So good luck for Monday. I hope you enjoy it. I hope you enjoy it, and obviously MSc are going to be live through the autumn term. We'll be doing lives on Wednesdays and Sundays, so if you do enjoy your day on Monday, or you don't, make sure you're back at MSc on Wednesday and you can tell Olivia Greenhalgh all about it. She'll be taking over. Right, so I think what we're going to do is show you a video. This is just going to be a back to school video, and after that we're going to test out our new end of week quotes. So here is the video.
We'll start tomorrow. I
just packed my bag.
But there's not much in there. I'm not ready for school. Yeah! Yay! I seriously can't believe the school starts tomorrow. Crazy. How has the holidays gone so fast yet so slow?
I'm kind of feeling excited, to be honest, but also nervous because
GCSEs start this year, but I'm also excited because I get to see all of my school friends again.
I'm excited but nervous. I've made a little timetable for this week of what's happening this week. I've been going around today with a little checklist, making sure I've got everything ready, and I'm pretty sure I have. This year we're gonna crack down, we're gonna get that bag organised. I've even got a list, so I think we're gonna be okay.
This is my school bag. I've packed it ready. I've got my water bottle in the side, and I've got some snacks in the front pocket.
First thing on my list is my pencil case, and I've got that, so I'm gonna put that in, my books, and I can already see they are in there.
I also have to take in my textiles folder because textiles is the only lesson I have on the first day back.
And also I've got my uniform up on my wardrobe.
It's all nice and ready. Got my trusty blazer, yay, fun. And I've got my skirt, my tie, my shirt as well. And I updated my school canteen account so I can actually eat food. And then also on my school app today, the schedule of classes came out, so everyone's been buzzing about that, finding out who's in the same class, what teachers have we got.
I'm packing my lunch tomorrow and I'm planning on having a wrap or something like that.
So I'm going to take some soup in tomorrow, probably tomato soup. Half a baguette that's in here. A fruit salad as well that I made yesterday. A cookie! I made some today, so.
My dad is kindly dropping me off at school, so that's nice.
I think tomorrow I'm just getting a lift halfway to school and then I just walk the other half because I don't actually live that far away, but it's quite early and I don't want to get up that early, so.
I live really far away, so getting the bus would take a long time, and also there aren't any buses near me, so Mum would have to drop me near a bus stop or at the train station anyway. It's not very practical to do public transport, and my mum can drop me because she works as a teacher.
The only thing I would say I'm not looking forward to is getting up. I've had to set my alarm so it's 5 minutes after each alarm, so hopefully it will work. Otherwise, my mum's going to have to drag me out of bed because I do not want to get up.
I am setting my alarm for 6 o'clock, I think, or maybe 5:30, so at least I'll be ready and changed.
This is my alarm clock. Oh, you can't see it now. But I'm probably going to set it for, I know this sounds really early, but maybe even 6:15. I just like getting up early. I get stuff done, you know? It takes a while. 6:15, lock. And then you see, which will wake me up really nicely. It's a really annoying beeping sound. That'd be fun.
So I've been up for about half an hour now, and I've just been watching some Netflix. I think I'm going to get changed now, or just look through some biology stuff ready for my lesson.
I've done my hair, I've put my uniform on. I'm really tired. So. It's 6:50 in the morning and I'm honestly so tired. I'm not ready for school, but I am excited, but I don't even know if I can get out of bed. I'm having porridge and I've also got some honey that I'm gonna just put on now. And then I also have a few strawberries.
This morning I had hot chocolate and bread for breakfast. I've got a lot of workshops and assemblies this morning because we're going into year 11 and they want to prepare us for the year. But I'm looking forward to seeing my friends, so that's good, but I'm also scared because school. First day of school over and we got our new ties. Yay. So I think school was quite good because we didn't have so many lessons, but it was quite stressful. Yeah. They were more assemblies and they were just how to revise, how to do this, how to do that, how much homework we're getting this year.
We had an assembly for our houses and then we also had to meet our new form tutor.
I went to drama intervention and you went to
textiles intervention.
So that was fun.
So I'm just about to get into bed. And that's the end of my first day back to school. All in all, I think that this was quite a good first day back because I usually find it quite overwhelming, and I've discovered on my timetable that I'm in classes with my 4 main school friends, which is great.
I'm excited to getting to know my form tutor and also doing BTEC sport again.
It's actually been a good day. I mean, the school was okay, but it got better as it went along.
Okay, so there we have it. That was our back to school video, and yeah, it seems like people are pretty prepared, but not sure how much fun going back to school can be. So what we're going to do now is we're going to try out something new. We haven't done this at MSc yet, but I have a feeling it's going to be pretty interesting. So we've got some quotes, and it'll be like the start of a quote, and what we want you guys to do is finish the quote for us, just depending on how your week's been. So like we'll get into the first one and I'll explain it to you when it's on the screen. So yeah, this one is I have already been late for. So what you need to do is just finish it, or like put I've already been late for and then whatever you've already been late for, because I want to see you telling us maybe you've already been late for a subject or late for school in general, late for the bus, like finish it however you want. Here we go, so we've got some coming in. Pavan says, my first lesson, lol. So you've already been late for your first lesson. I mean, yeah. Start how you mean to go on, I guess. Guan says nothing, well done. Yeah. Already been late for introducing this section. That's funny. Musical Garcia, assembly. Your whole form has already been late for assembly. Emily Bridge, I've already been late for getting to the canteen queue and missing out on the chicken nuggets as they sold out. That is so sad, but it's a learning thing, because next time you can like make sure that you're at the front of the canteen queue. I guess it must be absolute chaos there. Maisie Quick says my bus. Oh dear. Hopefully there was another one. Tilly, you've already been late for school. It was the first day back and I waited in the rain until my bus got there 20 minutes later than it should. Yay. Yeah, it's pretty typical, isn't it? I think you can never rely on the bus service to be on time, earlier on time, never. But 20 minutes late, that's a decent amount of time. Sad campus food is so good. At my old school. Joshua, late for classes. And Emily said, do you have a free Monday before lunch so you can skip the queue then? Yeah, get in there early, like go straight from your free to the lunch queue and yeah, get in front and get those chicken nuggets. I want to find out if you do. And King21 has been late for nothing. So that's basically how it's going to work. It will just be like the start of a phrase on the screen and then you guys just tell us at the end of it how it relates to you. So I think we've got another one. We're going to do 4 after each video that we show you tonight. So here is the next one. I'm going to see all of your answers. So this one is I am dreading next week because. So is there anything you're dreading next week? Don't know. MSC bit like to King21, you're a bit late for that quote, to be fair. We've got a bit of banter in the comments going on. Joshua, you said you're dreading next week because it's a full week and it's longer. I'm sure you'll get through it. There's nothing to worry about. Tilly, you have geography 5 times and you hate it. How have you got geography 5 times next week? That's a huge amount of geography lessons. Pavan says you get detentions for being late in 6th form. Get detention? I've never had a detention before, but our school did not give detention out lightly. You would have to have done something several times and it would have had to be a serious offence for you to go to detention. Paige, I have to go into a maths lesson again. Eric says college. You're joining next week because college. King21, yeah, stream is delayed for me. No wonder all these weren't making any sense to me. That's fine. Hopefully it's caught up. Refresh your Wi-Fi. I don't know. Hello, it's Emily. Said you got your timetable today. Harley, I have a day of freeze on Friday and I have to go in just to register. Oh, that sucks. Emily Bridge, it's so weird having half a school week and then having a bank holiday next week. Is bank holiday next week? Didn't know that. Yeah, why are you dreading next week? I'm dreading next week because Fguan says having a triple physics lesson next week. Oh, Emily Bridge, you're dreading next week because of school photos. And Ma, you're dreading next week because of triple chemistry and maths. Jenna says, yeah, school photos as well, so that's a pretty common thing that you have to do at the start of the year. Many people hate it, including myself. I did not like that. I did not like the fact that they would spring it on you, and then you would have to take yourself away from whatever lesson you were in, whether it be something as awful as having to have them after PE, which was often the case. Don't know why that would happen every time. Yeah, and then having a photo taken where the photographer is getting you to like smile bigger, and you're like, I just take the photo. Can I have some control here? No, obviously not. King 21, you're dreading next week because of double PE. And yeah, school photos are such cringe. So let's move on to the next quote. We've just got a couple more to do at the moment. Yeah, and you get your school photo on your ID as well sometimes. That's the worst. You've already got pen all over. Joshua says you already have pen all over your hands. Yeah, I remember there was one girl, I'm not going to like name names, but she'd chew her pen all the time and it was like a proper ink pen. And I just remember it exploding completely and just there was ink all in her mouth. It was awful. And all over her hands and like down her chin. It was so bad. So look. Hands. Emily says my not going to be vandalised homework diary. And Guan says my folders. Yeah, the amount of Sharpie and like random doodles from other people that would just get onto my homework diary and folders, which like you secretly love them because they can be hilarious, but other times it looks so bad. Like you've just got scribbles all over the front. At least you know it's your folder though, I guess. With my homework diary, I used to like have like stick photos in it and like colour bits in. And it was always like really personalised, I think, because it was just the one thing that you honestly could scribble over and no one would tell you off for it. Musical Garcia says, my hand from writing down times for my mock interviews with an actual interviewer. Wow. Yeah, also like when you're writing, I used to hate it when you had a biro that wouldn't dry and then you get like all just literally blue or black pen all over your hand there. That was what annoyed me the most. Maisie says you got pen on your bag. It's not good, especially if it's a new bag. We're going to do the last quote. See what that one was. Ellie said, and my photo is going to be on the wall because I'm head girl. Flex, but also well done. That's, yeah, a big responsibility. I wouldn't know because I wasn't head girl, but yeah, emergency hairdryer. Emergency hairdryer required. First time I got told off was, this is funny because I remember my first week of year 11, I got called into the head of year's office 3 times for different things. I don't know what I decided. In my head I was like, I'm just going to let loose, like, I'm year 11, this is my time to rebel, and then a week later I went back to normal because it was just too much effort. Yeah, it was fun. Yeah, so have you guys got told off already this week? But it could be the stupidest thing, I don't know. We used to get told off for having the wrong coloured coat. Stuff like that. Wearing socks, get told off for that. They were stupid rules. I can say that now because I've left. They were really stupid rules that I didn't agree with. Has no one seriously got told off? Holly says no. Fuguan says no. Amar says, I was talking about my homework when I shouldn't have. You said, I know it sounds dead confusing, so you got told off for talking about homework. That's such a shame. I mean, if you're going to get told off for talking about homework, I'd just talk about anything then if you're going to get told off. Don't waste your getting told off on talking about homework. Tilly says, my friend got told off for showing her ankles. That's like, what are we, like in 1800s? That's ridiculous. Unless it was like a particular thing, like has she got a tattoo on her ankles or something? I don't know. Actually, probably not, because you're in school. That would be wrong. Emily says, we were told to get out our exercise books out yesterday and was told off because it was the first lesson, we weren't given any. Oh, so you're all sat there like, no, I'm not actually going to get it out, and the teacher's going to get mad at you, and then it's, no, I'm not getting it out because it doesn't exist yet. Okay, fair enough. Musical Garcia, not about me, but someone got their scrunchie confiscated. Well, that's stupid. What are they doing with that scrunchie to get it confiscated? Got tears in my eyes, don't even know why. I think it's just, who gets rid of a scrunchie like that? Ellie got told off in maths. Emily says, I haven't got told off yet in college, but in year 7 I got told off on the first day for not wearing tights because my mum didn't think I had to wear them. That's a bit of a mean thing to tell a year 7 off for on their first day, isn't it? Something as simple as not wearing tights. I mean, just tell them, like, oh, I think you're meant to be wearing tights. You're probably embarrassed anyway if everyone else is wearing tights. Fuguan says, actually I got told off, I was meant to be in a lesson but I was on a free. Yeah. Because then they think you're bunking, but actually, like, you just don't realise. Reem, me and my friends smashed some pen on the floor and then at head of year and we ran. Oh, so you ran? Okay, fair enough. I got a whole makeup palette on the floor once and just, like, rubbed it into the ground. It was an old carpet, it didn't really matter. They got rid of that carpet a few years later, it was fine. Amar said, I was presenting my homework and was talking about it, but my teacher was just like, did I say you could speak? Don't talk over me. It's confusing. Getting you to present something? I'm not sure. Tilly says, just normal ankles. Apparently her new trousers weren't long enough. Oh, maybe they were... Yep. Why? Okay. Rules like that. Man, they get me. Emily's asking if they're a Visco boy, girl. Fair enough. Hello, it's Emily. My school thought socks were sexy. Or... I don't know. Wrong calculator. Sorry, we're going to move on in a second. These are really interesting. By the way, games are at 8:10 for those of you asking. Pavan says, this guy was caught with balloons and got kicked out. It's funny because you say it's like caught with balloons, like, ooh, you know, not allowed balloons. I got told off for standing during... What? Okay, interesting. Right. Okay. We're going to move on. So it is 7:30. So now what we're going to do is show you another video. This one's actually really helpful. This one's a teacher tips video for A-levels. And if you do actually like what you see, then we're going to have loads more videos like that up on MSC's channel, just to let you know if you see anything that you like the look of. So here it is then. Here's the video.
Like 6:50 in the morning.
So this is my breakfast. I'm having porridge.
Got myself some lovely breakfast.
So today is my first day back at school. I've got a lot of workshops and assemblies this morning because we're going into year 11. But I'm looking forward to seeing my friends. First day of school over and we got our new ties. Yay! So we're prefect ties in year 11. Got to have the 3 stripes. Our teachers are obsessed with them. All in all, a good first day.
Yeah, it was good. It's the first day back at school, it's lunchtime now, and we've had 3 classes so far, and we had extended form time, which was good because we got to know all the new people.
I've had a really good first day. I got my timetable, which is pretty decent. I've already got quite a few goals which are completely reachable.
I think I want to be more like social with people.
To actually study more outside of school.
It's more organised, have homework done at the right time.
Do my best in my GCSEs.
I'm going to be meeting new people. I intend to take advantage of that.
Just getting on with everything, writing extra notes.
Just make sure that you actually have done the work in the summer. If you, as I said before, make sure that summer research is done. If you've done that, you'll actually start off on a really good note. It'll be positive.
I've marked an awful lot of exam papers this summer. Many of them have been very good. Some candidates, they write pages of good material, but we cannot as examiners give them credit because they don't answer the question.
If you've done an assignment or if you've done a test or an exam, I would always encourage my students to go back, look at it again, redo an essay.
I feel like I'm promoting a lot for Netflix, but anyway, Netflix, they've got some really good things. I've actually got a list of Netflix episodes, shows and movies, but that are to do sociology.
Although A-level is new, a lot of the concepts that you will be looking at are building on what you did at GCSE, and a lot of the skills that you're going to need are those which you needed at the top end of GCSE.
Yeah, we'll be checking to see, is the course suitable for you, and then some pupils will fly that, a lot of pupils will fly and pass those early tests. It's a decision time for those pupils who struggle, and it's a decision time between them and the teachers.
I would definitely say that you need to have a strong foundation of the things that you've seen at GCSE level, so amount of substance, moles calculations, atomic structure. Make sure that there's something called the transition guide from GCSE to A-level, and it's a really useful document which you can find easily on Google.
They'll be asked to read a play a week, just one, and they get 7 days to do that. And I really like the idea that students keep a list of plays that they read once a week, once every 2 weeks, so they're really widening their knowledge. So they will be expected to read a play, they will expect it to be doing those short written activities.
I had photography, I had some digital illustration, I had sculpture, clay and so on, painting, drawing, like there was such a variety. As long as you're ticking the boxes of trying out different materials and so on, again depending on what you're technically doing, because there's a difference between doing art and design and art, craft and design.
Right at the beginning, the very first thing that we do is we take a look at some of the basic laws that govern economics. So there's this wonderful thing called the law of demand, and we almost within the first couple of weeks describe a really important graph that shows how demand by people is met by the supply of industry.
Okay, so that was just a little taster of our teacher tips videos, and that was for A-levels. I've just read a comment here. Emily says that she cheated on Wednesday and still couldn't answer the anagrams. Well, that's because the people here at MSc who create the quizzes they just know what you're like, and they can outsmart you before we know what you're going to do. They're just too clever. So then we're gonna get on with doing some more quotes, because it was pretty funny last time reading your quotes. So let's go for it. Let's see what this one is. I already regret buying. So is there something that you've bought, maybe you haven't used it, or you're embarrassed by it now that you've realised that you're actually going to be using it at school? Is there anything that you already regret buying? Could have just been a big lunch or something, like, I don't know. Have you wasted any money? And remember, games are at 8 to 10. Not long now, so stay with us. Maisie Crick says, my new bag. Why? Is that because you don't like it, or is it just not practical for you? Tilly, my highlighters, because everyone steals them. Tip, if you don't want people to steal your highlighters, or if you want to know when people are stealing your highlighters, just on the bottom, like if I had a highlighter I could show you, but like on the bottom, just either put some Tipp-Ex, like draw Tipp-Ex on it, or draw Sharpie on it, and then you know it's yours. And then if someone claims that it's theirs, you can literally turn it over and be like, no, because this Tipp-Ex on this one matches the rest of my ones that I've already Tipp-Exed. You can use that as evidence. Be like, well, look at all these Tipp-Exed ones. Why is yours exactly the same? I was always prepared for that because people love stealing highlighters. King 21 already regrets buying maths revision cards which were for a different exam board. They will still be helpful, although there may be a few things that it misses out. It's not going to be a complete waste of money, don't worry. Like, you can definitely use those. And actually, what exams like to do, this is something that they like to be cheeky with, but often, to try and catch you out, exam boards will put in questions that are typically the kind of questions that other exam boards would ask, just to mix it up a bit and to try and like catch people out. If you have revised from not only your own exam board but another one, that will put you at quite a big advantage. Joshua, an A5 notepad when I need to use A4 as I write so much, and I got it at Paper Chase, so it was really expensive. Yeah, Paper Chase is super expensive. However, worth getting the like diaries and planners from there, because I don't know what it is, but it's just they stay together well. Firstly, I find sometimes like cheap ones can rip, but also they're just really cute. They have nice designs on. But if you're going to be buying literally just pens, go somewhere cheaper. You don't need a fancy pen that says Paper Chase on it. Musical Garcia, protein flapjack. It tasted off. Yeah, I can imagine. Ew. Protein flapjack. Don't even know what that is. Emily, I regret buying Tipp-Ex as it didn't work as soon as I opened it. Damn. Because I remember you saying on the stationery video that Tipp-Ex was like your favourite thing. Because you didn't like your work looking messy and stuff, and now I'm really upset that your Tipp-Ex, the one thing that you were excited for, doesn't even work. Have you tried like bashing it about? I don't know, like, you know when you turn something on and off again, and sometimes if stuff doesn't work I just like smack it, and either it breaks it more, which if it wasn't going to work anyway then who cares, or it might end up helping it. I don't know, like honestly, just... And if it's one of those like pens, you could try and just cut it open. I don't know. I used to get Tipp-Ex everywhere though, like all over my hands, and it just doesn't come off, does it? You have to like scrub so hard. Figuan says 2 packs of pens, which both packs of pens did not work. I'd take those back. If you've bought 2 packs of pens and neither of them are working. Amar says, CGP revision guide for A-level chemistry because the department gave me one and my mum's thrown the receipt away because we can't return the one we bought. I guess the only thing you could do is just try and sell it on then. I'd see if anyone needs it and just sell it to them. And you've also just recommended that the pocket mouse Tipp-Ex are better. See, the thing is, whenever I had one of those Tipp-Ex like mice with the tape Tipp-Ex, I would just use it unnecessarily because it was just so fun to do it. Like, you know when you have one of those and you just want to use it but you don't need to? I would just be like crossing, like I'd just have a whole page full of just Tipp-Ex for no reason. At least if I had the liquid one, I wouldn't be bothered to do it because then I'd have to wait for it to dry and stuff. Emily says, I did buy it cheaply from a small supplier, not well-known brand such as Dorothy Smith. Okay, fair enough, but that's not the point. Like, it should still work if you spend money on it. So just a reminder, we're going to be doing games in under half an hour. Just under half an hour. Amar says, if anyone needs an A-level chemistry CGP revision guide, let me know. Yeah. Just hit Amar up if you need one of those. Because Amar has 2. So then, we're going to keep going with the next quote. Right, my new favourite lesson is... Have any of you got a new favourite lesson? Maybe if you've gone into GCSEs, or if you've gone into sixth form, if you've got a new lesson that you like. I don't know, it's a hard one because a lot of the time it's difficult to actually think of a lesson that is your favourite. It's easy to think of one that's your least favourite a lot of the time. Joshua, psychology A-level, as I've never done anything like it before. That's cool. I really do wish I'd done psychology. That's the one A-level that I really would have liked to have done, maybe instead of maths. But then if I hadn't done maths, then physics would have been a lot harder, so I don't know. But psychology was like the next on my list other than drama, but drama wasn't, they didn't do that because I was the only person who put it on my choices apparently. Amar says free periods, yeah. They were the best, like going from year 11 and having a full day of lessons to then actually having like periods of time in your day where you were just told to do what you want, like get on with your work however you want to. It's this huge bit of like independence that you're given, and they're the best. It's just I would suggest having fun in them, but like only for a specific amount of time. So like give yourself a time limit that you're allowed to procrastinate or chat to friends with, and then if you start going over that time limit, take yourself out of that situation and then get revising. Emily is also just advertising if anyone needs loads of GCSE revision guides, DM her on Instagram. Here you go. Shooting Star says, my new favourite lesson is English. Let us know why. English is a fun one because you can be creative but in quite an academic way. I used to like English because of that. There's not really a wrong answer when it comes to English language, which is what I liked as well. It was like if you're good at just actually getting your opinion across, it's not like maths where there's a right or wrong answer. It's quite subjective, so that's good. King 21, my new favourite lesson is biology because although before I didn't like it, now for GCSE it's so much fun and really easy to understand for me. Also maths is quite nice. Cool. I think biology GCSE actually was quite interesting and not too difficult in a sense that I found chemistry really, really hard because you have to remember like loads of different like equations or like formulas. I don't even know, but I remember biology. I really liked the diagrams and like where you had to label and the diagram of an eye or something, because that was really visual and I really liked that. So I agree with you there. I actually quite liked biology GCSE. Sounds weird, but I did not mind revising it at all. Let's have a look. Emily says, all my subjects, as they are so interesting, but IT especially, as we're studying databases and you love databases. That is good. And I know you said you wanted to go into coding later on in life, I think. So I can imagine IT would be a good subject for you. So I'm glad you're enjoying it, definitely. Fugwan says, my A-level subjects, which I have double or triple lessons, so basically all your lessons, and free periods to do, so free periods to do your homework and revision. Carna's favourite subject is history. Yep, history is a good one. Always interesting. It doesn't matter what like era it is, there's always something interesting. Like weird facts. History is one of those subjects where you can come out of it and like actually interest somebody else who doesn't do that subject by just telling them a fact. Because a lot of the time if you come out with like a fact about chemistry or a fact about maths, no one's really going to care, but history, there's always something really weird that you can tell someone. Maisie, you said health and social care. I can imagine that being fun. I'd quite like to do that actually. I wish I'd done something like that, but my school didn't offer. And SB says computer science. Cool. And Jenna Misty says French. So we've got a whole mixture there of favourite subjects and favourite lessons. Let's have a look at the next quote. Let's see about the next quote, what you guys are enjoying. So, a subject that you're worried about. So this is basically the opposite. Although, to be honest, your favourite subject could also be a subject you're worried about. because I know my favourite subject at A-level was RS. That was the one I was most worried for because I put more pressure on myself to do well at that one because it was like the one I was good at. So, I don't know. I was like more pressurised in that subject than the ones I wasn't as good at because I already expected not to be good at them, if that makes sense. Joshua, Joshua said English literature, as people keep saying the A-level is really hard. Well, don't listen to what other people say. Take it with a pinch of salt because obviously, one, everyone is different and we know that, we're told that all the time. But two, A-levels, like as a whole, are different for everyone. I worked so much better with the whole GCSE process and like the way that you had to learn in GCSEs compared to A-levels. Whereas I know a lot of people who struggled at GCSEs a lot and got lower grades in GCSEs actually did so much better in A-level because the way that you have to learn in A-level is just so much different and it suited them amazingly. So don't give up yet. King21 also said English as well. And Sums said English. I think just to remember that English there is not a right or wrong answer, you just have to be good at getting that across, and it's so early on in the year, you know, we've had a week or even just a few days, you will acquire the skills you need to answer the questions. You've already got those opinions, so you're halfway there, really, because all you need to do an English exam is opinions and then the skill to get them across. So you're halfway there with the content, you just need to learn the skills to get those opinions across. Maisie, you said you're worried for maths, and Amar said A-level maths, although apparently the hard stuff is mainly year 13. Yes, so year 12 maths is a big step up from year 11 maths, but year 13 is an even bigger jump than that. Like, I think year 12, you basically just build on stuff you've done at GCSEs. You'll learn some new stuff, but only slightly. Year 13, you will build on the new stuff, and if you don't understand that new stuff, then building on it is going to be difficult. That's what I found. But again, you're a completely different person and maths actually might just suit you and you don't know it yet. So keep on going with it and don't give up too early. Sums said philosophy and ethics. I did philosophy and ethics and that was the one I was worried for because I wanted to do so well in it because I knew I could. So that was the one that I was worried for as well. Emily, you said business, as you haven't done it for GCSE and most of your class have done it, so you feel like you're disadvantaged. I think the main thing to remember, A-levels is all about the effort that you put in. Someone else could be naturally better at you at the subject, but if they put in half the work that you put in, you are guaranteed to get a better grade, because it does actually take, just the time you put in will be the reward you get out. And I know everyone says that, and you're probably sick of hearing people tell you that, but you have nothing to worry about if you feel that you're not naturally talented at a subject, because if you work for it and you care about it enough, you have the means to turn it around, basically. You don't need to be good at business or have done business GCSE to actually come out with a really good grade in business, compared to maybe someone who has actually done it before. And maybe they'll get a bit complacent because they feel like they're ahead, and that would be the worst thing, really. Kimberly says, I'm worried about geography too because there's so much content and my textbook seems really complicated compared to GCSE. That's something you can speak to your teacher about as well. If the textbook is complicated, see if there's any other books that you can read, because I'm sure there are. And revision guides always put things in simpler terms as well. Revision guides are great, and you don't need to just get them when you come close to the exams. I would suggest getting them as early as you can, because how I said earlier about reading ahead in textbooks, actually reading a revision guide page, like especially the CGP ones, because those are the kind of only ones you can get for A-level unless you do Edexcel. I know the AQA ones are mostly CGP, but they're just so easy to read and make condensed notes from. And so if you want to get ahead of the game in whatever subject it is, then I would suggest doing that. Megzy says, I'm worried about psychology because there's a lot of information, but I'm interested in the subject. I just want to do well in it. How do you revise for it? So I didn't do psychology. Let me think, I'm trying to remember. So people who did do psychology, again, read ahead in the textbook, maybe try and find a helpful revision guide. Also make diagrams for yourself, because I know you do a lot of research methods in psychology, and if you can get ahead with the skills that you need for the research methods, then it will make the other content a little bit easier, because you won't have to spend so much time on learning something that isn't really psychology. It's more just generic general research methods that you might have done a little bit in statistics, in maths. So if you find that there's like any maths in your psychology, maybe work on that, and then when you're in your lessons you can work on the other side of psychology. We're going to carry on with the quotes, and we're going to be doing this until 8:10, and that's when we're going to start the games. Yeah. Here we go. So, yeah, not long till games. We've got like 15 minutes. My worst timetable day is... So have you got like an awful day on your timetable? I remember Monday was always my worst day. Or was it? Tuesday was my worst day. I had the same lessons on a Monday and a Tuesday, but Tuesday was really bad because I had long lessons. I had like an hour and a half lessons, and I had like 2 or 3 of them on a Tuesday. Probably 2, and then a 45-minute, but it was long. Joshua says Wednesday because I have lessons all day, almost all day, no free periods. Damn. It does feel weird actually when you get used to having free periods and like time between your lessons. When you don't, you feel like you're being hard done by, but in GCSEs you would have had them all day anyway. Like I can't imagine having to go back into GCSEs and having lessons 24/7, like, well, not 24/7, but the whole working day. Let's have a look. Shooting Star said my worst timetable was Tuesday because I have double history. Double lessons can be really long, and they can seem really long. I remember trying to get through my double lesson of RS on a Monday morning because I would be so tired and I'd be falling asleep. And I remember the room used to be so silent, and it was the perfect like environment just to nod off, and it was very difficult not to. Like, I used to do the thing where the teacher turns around to write on the board. You like rest your eyes and like keep one slightly open so that when they turn around you like open your eyes again. And then they'd turn around and you'd go to sleep again. It was that kind of lesson. I'm sure people understand where I'm coming from with that. Emily says Monday, as I have lessons only P1, 2 and 3. Can't leave after lessons, you have to stay in school to study. King21, your worst timetable day is Monday. Maisie Crook says Monday. Fugwan says, Note to Self says Monday as well. Fugwan says Tuesday, week A. I'm guessing you have like a week A, week B that you switch. Where you have double physics and triple geography. Triple geography. Yeah. Can tell why that's your worst day. Katie Bell, you agree with everyone else who said Monday. Worst timetable day is Monday because you have no freeze and a lesson at lunchtime. Is that even allowed? Is that like... Are you allowed to eat your lunch in that lesson? That's confusing. Musical Garcia, Thursdays, most homework set and most books to carry. This is funny because last year Thursdays were your best day. Yeah, having to carry all those books around, it sure does make for a bad day when you can't even manage all the books that you need. It just really hits you. You're like, this is going to be a long day. Note to self, lots of academic lessons on Monday and double maths. Ugh, Yeah, horrible. We're going to have a look at the next quote. Because we're just talking about our worst days, worst lessons, blah, blah, blah. Having a bit of a rant. It's always good to do that though, if you have something to rant about. And we've spoken about this literally just now. A lot of you have been talking about what you've got on Mondays, but what do you start the week with? Like, what do you go into your week doing on a Monday morning? So as I said, I had a long hour-and-a-half lesson of RS on a Monday morning. Down in the basement, it was just not good. But I remember I used to start Mondays with half an hour of chemistry and then PE. That was like year 10 or something. That was like the best way to start a Monday, because you'd get a lesson out of the way and then you could just do some PE and like wake yourself up. Here we go. Let's see what people start the week with. We've got double geography. Note to self, English, you just want to fall asleep. Yeah. Falling asleep on the first lesson of the week is literally, it's so easy to do. Beth Cherry says geography. Jenna Misty has Spanish. Musical Garcia, double chemistry or double music. So I'm guessing again that's like the week A or like week 1, week 2, week A, week B sort of thing. Maisie Crick, drama. Oh, I'd love to start the week with drama, because you can actually just like nod off in that and not get told. I mean, I used to not get told off for that in drama. I don't know how it is with you, or it might just wake you up. It's a good way to ease into it anyway. Katie Bell, double Spanish. Shooting Star, maths. King 21, English. Yeah, maths and English. I wouldn't want to have to start the week on those. It's too much thinking. Like, honestly, way too much thinking. Not for a Monday morning. It's making me tired thinking about having maths on a Monday morning. You get into school, go to registration, and then you have to do maths. SB has got biology. Fugwan, double physics or double business. Oh, that's tough, isn't it? Don't even know what to say to that. Starting Monday with double physics or double business, jeez. What time is it? Okay, we have games coming up in just under 10 minutes. Stick with us. Harley, biology, free. Okay, Connor Frank starts with maths as well. Emily Bridge used to have maths. Right, we're going to go on to the next quote then. I believe we have another one. This is interesting, so I'm learning a lot about how your weeks are going to be shaping up for the next year, as I'm sure most of you have got your timetable now. Okay. The worst subject for homework is... Got a couple people saying psychology. Got Katie and Megsy saying psychology. Tilly White, French. I have 50 words to learn in 4 days. 50 words to learn in 4 days. And I bet they're not even simple words to learn either. Like, I can completely imagine. Yeah, that sounds pretty bad. King 21 says, worst subject for homework is nothing. I love doing homework for all subjects. Do I believe you? I don't know. I guess if the homework's easy, if it's simple, fine, but homework can be more of an inconvenience than actual struggle sometimes. It's almost like it hangs over you, and if you haven't done it, then that's kind of annoying enough, let alone actually having to do it. That's what I hated most about homework, is the fact that it has to be done at some point, and then it ruins your fun when you're not doing it. Katie Bell, my psychology is probably the worst for homework. Yeah. Shooting Star, worst subject for homework is food tech, as I already have homework. You already have homework for food tech. Although food tech, I know that can be quite sciencey, can't it? Like a little bit like biology with that, because you at first thought you think food tech, that's just cooking food, but it's just not, is it? It's like actually some biology in there. Harley Cornwell, biology at the moment, because both of my teachers are setting homework. Oh, I used to hate that. When you have 2 different teachers for one subject and they both think that it's okay to give you homework, which it probably is, like that's kind of how it works. But at the same time, it's like, whoa, can you hold off? Like I already have biology homework and now I have more biology homework. No. For Guan, my homeworks are set once a fortnight at my school, I think, so I don't have a worse subject. Once a fortnight, so that's once every 2 weeks. Do you get like a whole load of homework like piled onto you for the next 2 weeks? I guess it means you could get it out of the way, but also that's a lot. Unless you mean you literally only get like a homework every 2 weeks. I don't know. Tilly, you said you're actually doing your maths homework at the moment, which is a past paper. That's good. I mean, it's good to have this on in the background, like getting in the comments and then doing the past paper at the same time. I mean, why not? We're talking about school, so it almost feels like you're not wasting your time here. Like, you know, we're talking about school. This is actually productive. You're going to be hopefully taking our advice. 5 minutes till games, by the way, for those of you who are waiting. Get your friends involved as well, message them, even if they haven't been watching, fair enough, okay, but get them on now, because obviously with games there is a chance for prizes and everyone wants that, so get your friends involved, tell them to come and watch. It'll be more competition anyway, it'll make for a better game. Megsy, if you do homework ASAP once you get it, then it doesn't pile up at the end of the week. Yes, I mean, I did used to do that, but what the homework that I didn't like, that would like hang over you, would be like a huge project, or something, or just an essay where you've done the planning, or like you've done a bit of it, but you just physically cannot do it all in one night, and then you're like, I'll do it at the weekend, but then the whole week you're thinking, I could be doing it, but I've kind of told myself I'm going to do it at the weekend. I don't know if we have any more quotes. I think we may have one more. We'll do that now for the last 5 minutes. Yeah. And then we'll get into games. Yeah, refresh your feed. Make sure you are up to date. Like it says live at the bottom when you scroll on the video. And also make sure your Wi-Fi is all good. We want to hear about the most pointless rule that you've got now. The most pointless rule at your school. I'd have to say mine in sixth form was you're not allowed to wear white socks, or any socks in fact, unless they were socks that couldn't be seen over your shoe, which is pointless because then what's the point in wearing a sock, because it's not going to, like, for me, I liked wearing socks so that my shoes didn't rub the back of my feet, but if it's going to be a sock that doesn't even go to the back of my foot, then what's the point? While you guys are getting your comments for that in, I'm just going to grab the wheel, set up for the games, and then I'll have a look at what you guys' weirdest and most pointless games are. No, games? Rules. There's no pointless game here at MSC because you can win prizes, so... Right. I think that should be fine. Here we go. So... let's have a look. Katie Bell says wearing matching blazers and skirts even if they're smart. Is that like you have to or you're not allowed? I'm a bit confused. Shooting star, most pointless rule is that we cannot wear leggings. Harley says having to get sixth form at 8:45 each day regardless of when your first lesson is. Emily Bridge, no pointless rules, they are so relaxed. Oh, that's pretty lucky. You have relaxed rules. We had some really stupid ones. Note to self, no phones, as we have to put them in an envelope in the morning and get them back at the end of the day. What? That sounds like something out of a movie, where you have to just put your phones in a big tray and then like you don't get them back. That's crazy. We used to use our phones in lessons, like in sixth form. So like in the lower school, kind of like year 7 to 11, you wouldn't have your phone out on the desk, like you'd have to keep it to yourself. But you could use it in break times. But then in sixth form, it was like the done thing, like you could just have your phone out. And like, you wouldn't necessarily be allowed to like be using it while the teacher's talking, but like, we would just be on our phones in maths and like, no one would say anything. Musical Garcia, ties had to be 7 stripes long at one point. Oh, so you have to like I know though, because people used to have their ties like that, and it does look kind of weird, doesn't it? And so I'm guessing you had like the striped ties, and then you have to have like a certain length. I mean, that's fair enough. It's a weird rule, like weirdly specific, but at the same time, it's just so that your tie doesn't look weird. I don't think people realise how strange a really tiny tie can look. Like, it's not... sometimes it's just not that funny. I'm just going to get the stream up on the phone as well, so I can like cross-check with comments for when we're doing games. It is 8:10, so we're going to get into it. Well done, guys, for participating so well with the quotes, because obviously you've never done that before, and I learned a lot about you guys and your timetables and your schools. So that was really good. So we're going to get into games. Tonight, this is one for everyone, and you're not going to have to think too hard about it either. This is going to be a fun one. You guys are going to like it. So, if you're unfamiliar with the games at MSE, this is how we're going to do the one tonight. You're going to see a zoomed in picture of sweets or chocolates. And I believe, so it will be a zoomed in picture of some sweets or some chocolates, and you have to say, as quick as you can, what sweets or chocolate it is, so like the brand, kind of what it is. You'll know, we'll do a practice anyway. So you have to say what it is. If you're the first or the second person to get it right, I will put your name down next to a number, and as you can see behind me, we've got the wheel and it's got numbers on. Once I spin it, if it lands on your number, then you win the prize, and I'll let you know what to do from there once we've done the game and once we have a winner. So get ready, guys. We're going to begin. Make sure you're as quick as possible, and you spell to the best of your ability, because I'll give you the benefit of the doubt sometimes, but if it's too far-fetched, I have to be a little bit mean. So, check your Wi-Fi, check your spellings, and let's get on with it. Here is the practice, just so you guys can see how it's going to work tonight. Right. So, this is the practice then. I'll give it to you, it's very, very zoomed in, like a lot. But just comment, please, what chocolate or sweet you think it is. We won't take too long on the practice, it's just so you guys get the hang of it. Okay, plenty of answers and plenty of correct answers. So obviously that was the practice. The answer was crunchy. So well done to everyone who got that right. Just for reference, the first couple of people who got it right would be the ones to get their name put down. So you do have to be as quick as you can. Here we go. So then, we're going to move on to the first sweets / chocolate zoomed in. This is the first one where you have a chance to win a prize. Here we go. So what sweets or chocolate is this? Okay, we have some mixed comments here. Still looking for a couple of the right answers. We haven't got enough correct answers to stop at this point. This is a sweets or chocolates game, so what could it be? Still looking. Right, here we go. We've got a couple of the correct answers now, so let's just scroll up. Right. The first person to get this one right was Figuan. The answer was Freddo. It was a Freddo chocolate, and topic of conversation, quite a common one, is the fact that Freddos have gone up in price so rapidly, from being just 10 pence to whatever they are now. I mean, I don't even know. Last time I checked, they were like 25p. They could be 30 at this point. I really don't know. It's outrageous. Anyway, so first person to get that one right was Figuan. Well done. And the second person was a little while after that, actually. Here we go. It's Emily Bridge. So well done to you two. You two are in with the chance of winning a prize, and we're going to have a look at the next zoomed in sweets or chocolate. Here it is. Here's the next one. MSC says blame Brexit. It's been happening for years, hasn't it? What is this one then? This one's very zoomed in. Very zoomed in. Sweets or chocolate, may I add? Sweets or chocolate. Got some mixed answers again. People aren't really agreeing on this one as much as they usually are. Think a bit outside the box. We've got lots of suggestions. And as I said, it could be chocolate or it could be sweets. Could be sweets. Don't know. Don't think I've seen the correct answer yet. No. Just checking on here. Sweets or chocolate? Is it chocolate or is it sweets? Sweets. I don't know, it could be a sweet or it could be a chocolate. I'm trying to give you a clue, by the way, if you can't tell. Some more suggestions coming in. Is it sweets or is it chocolate? I don't know. For Guan, is it chocolate or is it a sweet? Just give you a bit of a hint there. Maybe have a look and think what kind of shape it is. Because to me it kind of looks like, it looks slightly curved. Almost as if it was like maybe round. I don't know. I do actually know. I'm pretending to not know. Gonna give you a hint here. They're round. Still have not yet seen the right answer at all. Okay. I may have seen a correct answer now, guys. Right. Yeah, I've seen a couple of the right answers, so we're going to go for it. The answer to that one was love hearts. Love hearts. I can see where everyone was going with polos, though. Not a bad guess at all, because other than like the bit of yellow in the corner, kind of look like polos. So the first person to get love hearts was Megsy Georgina. Well done. And the second person, I believe, was... Yeah, it was Joshua Haley. So well done to you two. You guys got it right first. And we're going to move swiftly on to the third chocolate or sweet now. Yeah, chocolate or sweets. What is this one? Whoa, loads of the same answer here. Loads and loads and loads. Colour of the packets, a deep purple, gives it away really. Lots and lots of answers. Almost all of the answers are exactly the same, which is incredible. And I can tell you why, it's because they're all correct. That was a twirl. I'm just going to go ahead and say it right now, it was a twirl. You guys were really, really quick with that one. First person to get that one correct was Beth Cherry. And the second person to get that one right was Katie Bell. So well done to you two. You're both on the wheel here. And we're going to go on to the next chocolate or sweet. Khan says, I want to eat chocolates now. Sorry if we're making you guys hungry and craving sweets. Yeah, so chocolate or sweets. Zoomed in picture of the packet. What could it be? Who knows? Here we go, mixed answers, but plenty of the correct answers. This is much quicker than many other games that we have played in the past here at MSE. The answer to that one was in fact Skittles. And the first person to get that one right was SB. And the second person to get that one right was Rob Tucker. So well done, you guys, and well done to everyone else who got that one right as well. And to everyone else who didn't get that right, for just trying and participating. Thought I'd be inclusive there. Okay, this is going pretty quickly now. Let's go on to the next sweets or chocolate. I have to say, not a fan of this one. Not a fan. But what is it? Lots of different answers coming in. I think people have grasped on what letter that one is. But what actually is the sweet or chocolate? Who knows? What could it be? Keep getting your answers in, because you could be correct. You could be correct and everyone could be wrong. Right, we have plenty of the correct answer here. The answer to that one was Turkish Delight. Not a fan of Turkish Delight. Or coincidentally Bounties, which was another one of the popular guesses there. Don't like those either. So the first person to get that one right was Harley Cornwell. So well done to you. And the second person, straight afterwards, was Jenna Misty. Here we go. So we have two more left to show you. So you need to be really quick now. There's 4 more slots here, 4 more chances to be in with a chance to win a prize. So you need to be as quick as you can. Even if you're not sure what it is, just anything that comes to mind, whack it in the comments. There is no limit to the amount of guesses you can have. So here is the next sweets or chocolate. This one's a bit more difficult. I don't even know if I've eaten one of these before. I don't think I have. comments are blowing up. We've got loads and loads of guesses coming in. No correct answers as yet, so keep on guessing. I really don't know what this is actually. Never had one. Nope. The comments are going so quickly, but I'm just trying to see if we're getting any correct answers, but we have not had any correct answers yet. So maybe it's something that you guys haven't tried either. But it is still sweets or chocolate. Okay. So, we've got a lot of people agreeing with each other now. Okay, so I've seen plenty of the correct answer. The correct answer to that one was actually Drifter. I've never had a Drifter. Don't know what it is. The first person to get that one right was Jenna Misty. Several times, I saw you putting the same comment in several times, and that's exactly what you guys need to do. A really good technique. Obviously, it doesn't mean that your name will get put down twice, though, unfortunately. But yeah, so Jenna Misty, again, for the second time tonight, you are going to be put on the wheel. And the second person to get that one right was Lulu Awesome. Welcome back. You were on the wheel the other night, I remember. Okay, so we have one left, but before we do that, I'm just going to read you through some important notices that I just want you guys to take note of in case you've enjoyed tonight's live. Don't leave us though, because obviously we still have some more of the game to finish and then we'll be announcing a winner. However, I just want to let you know we're going to be live at 7 p.m. on Sunday. And then from then on, to get you guys through the autumn term and through the whole getting back to school and through half term, just to get you through the autumn, we're going to be live here at MSC on Sundays and Wednesdays. I know coming up very soon we're going to have Olivia's usual live takeover that she does. She's going to do that on a Wednesday because you guys absolutely love that. I also want to make sure that you check out our subject videos. You may have seen earlier on in the live the teacher advice videos. Those are really, really useful. Either if you're thinking about taking certain subjects for sixth form or if you're thinking about taking them for GCSEs, or if you're already doing those subjects and you're just going into them and this is your first week of doing them, it would be really good to check those out as well. Obviously the usual like and subscribe. If you do, then you're going to find out about when more of these kind of lives are happening. And yeah, because you don't want to miss them, obviously. Get ready now. You have one last chance to win and to get your chance to win a prize. Yeah, that came out completely wrong. Here we go. So we have the last sweets or chocolate for you. Here it is. Be as quick as you can. What is this? What is this sweets or chocolate? Whoa, so many comments coming in very quickly. Got to make sure I know exactly who came first as well. Lots of people saying what's a drifter from last time. I honestly don't know, we'll have to check it out. I'll need to get one and then try it. Yes, Emily says, and click the bell to get notified. Good point. You want to know when these lives are happening. Okay, I'm just checking to see if we have enough correct comments, and we do. So the correct answer to that one was minstrels. Now, we've all had minstrels, I'm sure. I love minstrels. I actually kind of prefer counters, though. They're almost like a minstrel, but without the hard shell on. So the first person to get that one right was Rachel Duff. So well done, Rachel. Very quick there, actually. In amongst all the Rolo guesses and like Galaxy guesses, you got minstrel. It is Galaxy, but we were looking for the exact chocolate. So Rachel, you were first, and second, let's have a little look. Second, you hit the nail on the head there with Galaxy Minstrels, was Harley Cornwell. Got the full name there, so well done to you guys. And here we go, I'm going to read out the names and what number they're next to, just so you know who it is that comes up when I spin the wheel. So, if you haven't got your name on here, just make sure to tune in for other MSE lives, Sundays, Wednesdays, because then you might have a chance to win a prize then. So don't be downhearted if you haven't got the chance tonight. Anyway, so here are the names then. Number 1, Figuan. Number 2, Emily Bridge. Number 3, Megsy Georgina. Number 4, Joshua Haley. Number 5, Beth Cherry. Number 6, Katie Bell. Number 7, SB. Number 8, Rob Tucker. Number 9, Harley Cornwell. Number 10, Jenna Misty. Number 11, Jenna Misty. Number 12, Lulu Awesome. Number 13, Rachel Duff. And number 14, Harley Cornwell. So those are the names. And I'm going to spin the wheel. Okay. Oh, it's actually really far away from me. I'm just going to adjust there, because otherwise I won't be able to reach it. Okay. Here we go. Number 8. Number 8 is Rob Tucker. So well done to you. And yeah, here's how you're going to claim your prize. All you need to do is head on over to My Student Events Instagram and send us a DM, just letting us know who you are, confirming that you've won, and then we will let you know in the DMs how to claim your prize and how to claim your Amazon voucher. Well done to everyone else who participated. Thank you guys for watching as well. Just make sure to like, subscribe, and head on over to our Instagram, check that out, because you get little snippets of videos that are going to be coming out, and also you'll be, you'll know when the next lives are and what's kind of happening. So keep up with that. Again, thank you for watching. I hope the first week of school has been okay for you guys, and if you're starting next week, good luck with that. I will see you very soon. Goodbye.